I get a feeling it's going to be a riot.
I do read the newspapers because they all have ugly friends.
At the starting of the week, at Sunday talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday. Negotiations breaking down. See the leaders start to frown. It's more than Monday.
We are back with another edition of your favorite morning show, The Daily Dose on the Guerrilla Radio Network.
You'll be sitting, taking lunch. The news will hit you like a punch. It's only Tuesday.
But Saturday,
Ask your doctor if the Daily Dose is right for you. Common side effects include sarcasm, informed opinions, and wondering how the hell these people got elected. The Daily Dose starts now.
but Saturday.
Well, welcome. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you all are doing well on this beautiful Friday morning. Another week is come and gone. Can you believe that? Another week has absolutely come and gone. That's incredible. The weeks just fly by anymore. It's nuts. It's like it seems like we just started, like it was just Monday, but here it is already, Friday, ready for the weekend. You know what that means. I'll tell you exactly what that means. 7 o'clock tonight, Buccaneers, first preseason football game, 7 p.m., New York Jets. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. I don't have a lot of confidence in this Buccaneers football team this season, but, I don't know. I'm going to say it now. I think, worst case scenario, I think we're going to go with 4 wins this season. Best case scenario, we'll go with 5. So I'm calling it now on August 14th, once we get into the regular season. Buccaneers, we're going to finish 4-13, or best case, 5-12 for the season. We don't have a lot of really hard games in front of us, but we've got a team that's not, in my opinion, cohesive. We lost a few good players, a few key players, and we've got some controversy with money and whatnot across the board. So I don't know how this season is going to pan out, to be honest with you. I really think that is our best case scenario, 5-12. So we'll see. But I'm definitely going to listen to the game this evening instead of watch it on TV, because I want to see how the new announcer does, and it takes Gene Deckerov's place. So I'm going to listen to that on the radio tonight instead of watch it, because I want to hear this new guy and see if he can live up to the expectations of the great, the one and the only Gene Deckerov, the voice of the Bucs for so many decades. The one and only voice of the Bucs, in my opinion. I don't know if anyone was the announcer probably before him. Don't know who it was. Don't care. Gene Deckerov made the Bucs radio what it was. So we'll see what happens tonight. It's a good time of the year, though. I do enjoy football season. It's back. It's probably one of my favorite times of the year, as with many men and women across the country. This is a great time to be a football fan, because it's back, and we'll see what happens. It is August 14th, 8:36 in the morning, and we're going to go ahead and get into a little bit of local weather. Tampa Bay weather forecast for the Tampa Bay area coming right up.
The rain that we've had this week really isn't helping the drought situation. You can see the update. Last week we're at 41% of the state in severe drought. It's edged down a little bit, down to 39%, but holding that extreme level right at 9%. And with the prospects of very little rain over the next several days, these numbers really aren't going to move all that much. Today, it's the heat once again. We've got the heat advisories out for the entire state, really a good portion of the southeast. And you get up into the panhandle, and it's not heat advisories, it's extreme heat warnings up in that direction. So we just continue to bake under loads of sun and heat, and just not many of those cooling showers. Heat advisory from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., 108 to 111 for that feels like temperature outside of some of the storms, because today probably our best chance of getting at least some rain around the area. 82 degrees right now here in Tampa, 84 in St. Petersburg, Lakeland, you're at 80, Wauchula 78 degrees, over into Sebring 79, some mid 70s as you head up into the northern part of our viewing area, with Brooksville at 77, the same in Tallahassee, then the mid 80s as you head down through the Keys at 85 degrees. So the big ridge of high pressure just still camped right over the top of us. So instead of the rising air in the afternoon thunderstorms, we tend to see more sinking air and just not many of the storms around, although it's August, so it wants to find a way to rain. And so we will see some storms as we go through the afternoon. Really pretty quiet across a good portion of the southeast, just simply because of some drier air and the subsidence in the atmosphere. And so it's going to stay this way all the way through the weekend. In fact, our rain chances probably the best today, and then drying things out a little bit more as we head through the weekend. There you see a few of these scattered storms around as we head through 3, 4, 5 o'clock.
All right, so there you have it, everybody. That's your local weather for today. Hot, little chance of rain, nothing crazy, and then we're going to be in a little drought. Apparently, still, we're going to keep that going. Oh man, what weather we're going through out there. I'll tell you what, it is a good time to be a Tampa Bay Rays fan too. I don't mention them enough on this show because I'm not a big baseball fanatic, or I don't really keep up with it. But the Rays are really kicking ass this season. They've been on the road for the last 9 games, and they swept 9-0 on the last 9 games on the road. So they're really pulling together a great season, and they're making a run. So if you're a Tampa Bay Rays fan, now's a good time to be one. Yeah, if you weren't before, you might want to jump on the bandwagon because now's a good time to be a Rays fan. They're really kicking ass. Now here's a part of the country that's not in the middle of a drought. And this is insane when you see this. These floods that are up in the Midwest are out of control. The rain has been nonstop pouring down, and it's causing the streets to literally turn into lakes. They're rescuing people in boats. People's homes are destroyed. Cars are completely submerged in water in their driveways. It's amazing. They're saying it's the worst flooding that they've seen in well over 100 years. And this video will reinforce that when you see it, because it is absolute insanity.
And good evening again. We're tracking another round of dangerous storms tonight, bringing more heavy rain over part of the country already beyond its limits. The Midwest is getting hit again, the worst of it over Indiana the past couple hours, where over the past couple days, we've already seen widespread flooding like this. And after 11 inches of rain fell in some spots, the governor today declared an emergency. A look at the forecast in just a moment. But first, our Ian Lee is in Anderson, Indiana. Ian, good evening to you. What are you seeing?
Tony, where I'm standing just a few hours ago was dry ground. The wood you see around me was stacked neatly on the house over there. The river has not only swallowed up that home and another home down there, but as you can see, it's raining right now and only going to get worse.
This is nuts.
Indiana is under a statewide disaster emergency tonight after nearly a foot of rain caused historic flash flooding east of Indianapolis. Dozens of people across the region needed to be rescued, including these dramatic images showing nighttime rescues in Connorsville. The floodwaters nearly covering entire homes.
And I mean everything is gone. There's no salvaging any of it.
Where the water has receded, homes have been left uninhabitable. People's belongings now sit in their front yards. Tony Smith lost his house and his business.
We are totally devastated. We've had 5 feet plus of water inside all of our homes here.
And the danger's not over. At least 3 rivers have hit major flood stage and are still rising.
I'm on the edge of Fall Creek, and today it is anything but. This is a raging river. That is the bridge that normally spans the creek out there. Right now, it's almost completely underwater.
Now it's a race against time as people in Pendleton fill sandbags to protect homes downriver. In neighboring Anderson, the White River burst its banks, forcing Charlie Simmons to wade through chest-deep water. He finished renovating his home 2 months ago. A life of hard work lost.
As far as financial-wise, I'm cooked. Start again. 70 years old, start over.
Unbelievable. I mean, that is just complete devastation. The houses, I mean, 4 or 5 feet of water all the way through. Everyone's belongings are completely destroyed. Now, we did, excuse me, experience that with the hurricanes a couple years ago down here in actually almost in my neighborhood where I live. If you drive a little bit west towards the water, Crystal Beach area is what they call it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I apologize. In the Crystal Beach area, the houses were just completely devastated out there. So I've seen what that looks like firsthand. And it literally happened, probably 2 miles from my home. Thankfully, I'm in a bit of a higher ground area where my home is located. But these people out in the Crystal Beach area, when the storms came through, it was like driving, it was eerie, it was creepy because you drive down the street and everything these people owned was on the front, lawn removed from the house and just sitting there. I mean, refrigerators, electronics, beds, dressers, clothes, baby toys, everything was completely destroyed. So I feel badly for these folks up there in the Midwest because I've seen the devastation firsthand and it is not friendly when you see it. So yeah, we'll keep watching that and we'll see what happens with these floods. But apparently they're not getting any better. I mean, that was a very current news story as of about I think that story aired probably last evening. So that's about 12 hours old, maybe a little bit less. And you can see that it's still very much active and the floods are still continuing. So let's let's hope that things dry out up there, but it doesn't look like there's any relief in sight, And then the other side, we got the fires going. So what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? I think this world it's coming to an end. You know what I mean? If there is a God out there, he said, all right, enough of you heathens. You've done enough damage, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and destroy the earth like we did back in the old biblical days. But I don't think Noah's going to be around this time to build an ark and save all the animals. I think he's taking everything out. But I don't believe in any of that nonsense, so it's probably not going to happen. Oh man, you know what? Sometimes the government and different agencies involved with the government, they have really bad ideas. Actually, most of the time, they have really, really bad ideas. And this, by far, is one of the worst ideas I've ever heard a government agency ever implement into their procedures. Apparently, ICE agents now are going to wear gloves that electrocute you when they put their hands on you. Yep. So they have electrified gloves, and they're going to be wearing those, and they're going to electrocute you when they touch you. Wow.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents and officers soon may be equipped with gloves that deliver electric shocks. ICE is planning to spend up to $20 million to buy them. The manufacturer says that they are intended to de-escalate encounters. CNN's Brian Todd is here in the Situation Room. Brian, tell us more about these gloves.
Yeah, no potential for controversy here, right, yeah. Pamela? As Pamela mentioned, ICE is planning to spend $10 to $20 million for purchasing these gloves. It is called, quote, the CTG5 glove, and glove is an acronym. You see gloves that are very similar to the ones that they're going to be used. Those are from the company's website. GLOVE stands for Generated Low Output Voltage Emitter. The manufacturer, Compliant Technology, says these gloves are designed to de-escalate encounters with people. They can deliver a maximum voltage of up to 380 volts at a time. According to the manufacturer, that would, quote, inhibit and distract the subject from performing coordinated muscle movement, end quote. Now, according to the user's manual, no more than 2 of these gloves should be applied to a person at one time. They should not be used for more than 15 seconds at a time. Company officials and distributors say they can end a struggle in 3 seconds or less. There is video that we've had that we can show you here. This is the company president actually demonstrating this on a subject. And look, he does take him down there in about 3 seconds or less. And the gentleman there on the ground is a little bit shocked, but he is able to get up. One of the things, a couple things that you have to know about these things.
W Energy. Clean. No jitters, no crash. Just focus and all natural energy. Enter the promo code Gorilla Radio at checkout for 10% off your entire order and exclusive member discounts. W Energy. Lock in, stay sharp, and dominate your day.
Now to a safety alert. Nearly 30,000 pounds of raw beef products are being recalled in Texas and Florida. Corte Argentina, which is based in Florida, says it imported the meat from Argentina and it failed to undergo a required federal inspection when it entered the U.S. Now take a look at your screen. These are the labels to look for. The products were produced between May 15th and 20th of this year, and they've got a use or freeze by date of September 15th through the 20th. So far, no illnesses have been reported.
Nick Reiner, the son of beloved director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Reiner, has now been officially indicted for the murder of his parents. A grand jury indictment was unsealed today. Nick Reiner, you'll remember, arrested back on December 15th of last year, the day after the bodies of Rob and Michelle Reiner were discovered in the bedroom of their Brentwood, Los Angeles home. NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalas joins me now. Danny, it's a bare-bones indictment, just a couple pages. We had already known the charges were likely to come in this way. What does this indictment now do for prosecutors that was different than the charges we saw before?
Well, one strategic advantage is that it avoids the necessity for a preliminary hearing, which was scheduled to come up in September. Now, that's an adversarial hearing out in the open with witnesses. But by giving the grand jury the case and them returning a true bill, then they avoid the need for a preliminary hearing. And the important thing in this indictment is now we see a new added charge of lying in wait. That gives the prosecution two opportunities for the death penalty, although they have not yet announced whether they will actually be seeking it.
Yeah, so the lying in wait, essentially a special circumstance. It gives prosecutors the ability to bump up the potential
Tonight, with growing concerns about deteriorating living conditions aboard the aircraft carrier critical in carrying out strikes against Iran, a U.S. official telling NBC News the USS Abraham Lincoln is now set to sail home after a lengthy deployment. The switch comes amid alarming complaints from service members and their families, including these limited meal portions. And now a U.S. official says one sailor went overboard and was quickly rescued. The ship has not made a port call in 244 days, a record.
It's been difficult. It's longer than she's experienced. Typical deployments have been 6 to 8 months.
Melanie Stowe says her daughter has been aboard the Lincoln since last October.
They had hangar bays that would not close, so they were taken on water into the lower hangars. I know that they've had some issues with some of the plumbing.